Today, I would like to show you how to use a workflow template in your projects. In Phoenix, we have generated some objects in here, a plot, an NCA, and a couple of tables. And I'm looking at the workflow diagram right now, and you can see all the boxes here. And as we work in Phoenix, these are generated for us automatically. And all I've done is just rearrange them so I can see the flow of the arrows through here. And it all starts with external sources, which is from the data folder. And you can even expand this and see exactly what files were used. So here's observation and dosing being used as external sources. Now, to save a template, there's one thing that we want to do. It's pretty well hidden, but what you need to do is to go into the white space somewhere in the workflow diagram and right-click and choose Connect External Sources to Data Links. This will insert data links into your project. And let me just move these around a little bit so we can untangle the arrows. So here I have a sheet called Observations, which is going into a plot. It's going into a table. It's going into an NCA object. And there's also a dosing worksheet, which is going just into the NCA worksheet. So by putting these data links in here, I can preserve all my links in my project. And when I apply this template, I will have different external sources to use. And I'll just have to plug my external sources into the right place. So it's very convenient to have these. So after I've inserted my data links, I should probably make sure that the workflow executes properly. And there I'm on the results tab. Let me go back to the diagram. Everything has turned blue, so everything is working properly. Now to save a template, so I've got my workflow selected and I can go up here to the toolbar, and this tool right here is called Save Workflow Template. And all I have to do is click that. And so this is where your templates automatically reside. And I'm going to go ahead and call it My Template. And I've saved one before by the same name, so I'm just going to replace it. All right, so I've got this template I've created called My Template, and it includes everything you see here on the screen. So later on, I could be working in a new project, and let me bring up a different project here. So here's a new project that has a different data set in it, and it has an empty workflow here. We have nothing in the workflow. So all we have to do is to go to this icon here, which is Load Workflow Template. So I'll do that. I see the templates folder, and I'll go to this one I just saved called My Template. And I will open that. And what happens is I get a new sub workflow in here that has everything that was in that workflow diagram. And all the settings are here. All these settings are remembered. In my new data set, I've got an observations worksheet, and I can just put that to the inputs of data. There we go. So the dosing, I'll drag and drop it over here into, notice how when I go over this, it's got to turn blue on the input in order to make the link. But there it is. It's connected to the data link. All right, and even though this is a new data set, it does have the same columns that we had in the original data set. So this will run without modification. And the workflow is all done. We have, just as we did with the original worksheet, we have plots, we have an NCA object. I've got a table with the half-lives in it. Here's the table. In the case of the workflow diagram and the data links, if you should have a case where there are columns that don't match, you can just go into this observations data link, go to setup. If you ever have any different names, you can just map them appropriately in the data link. All right, that was a quick tip of how to use workflow templates in your projects, and I hope that was useful, and we'll see you at the next demo.